better late than never, right?
Right, exactly. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time. We really appreciate it.
No, it's good to be with you today.
Please have a seat. Yeah.
Which, this one?
Yep.
Very good.
Mr. Secretary, this is going to be rapid fire. You're used to this, but we have a lot of ground to cover.
Just 4 years worth?
Yes, 4 years worth. We're good?
You could just wait a second for my colleague to look.
Yep. But I just want to be very clear on this. You're in touch with the incoming administration about Gaza, and we know that you're aligned on that. Are you aligned on Ukraine?
My intent and my focus, as I said, is to make sure that I hand off the strongest possible hand for them to play. And I think that's in the interest of the country and in the interest of the administration. I want to make sure that my successor, Senator Rubio, is able to hit the ground running, because the world doesn't stop just because we're in the midst of a political transition. It keeps going to make sure that Ukraine can continue to have what it needs, the money, the munitions, the mobilized forces. So that's going to... I've certainly seen reports of conversations that they've had, but I don't have firsthand knowledge. Look, these are very hard decisions, and I fully both understand that and respect that. But, for example, getting younger people into the fight, we think, many of us think, is necessary. Right now, 18 to 25-year-olds are not in the fight, and making sure that people are there, not just the weapons, not just the munitions, not just the money, but mobilized forces is also essential to success.
Over the weekend, there were talks in Cairo about this ceasefire. What can you tell us about the U.S. involvement? What's next? Is there going to be any yourself or other U.S. officials traveling to the region?
All I can tell you is we're intensely focused on this, very much engaged. But beyond that, I can't and won't say, because we're focused on doing everything we can, pursuing every avenue that we can to finally conclude an agreement.
Investments into these allegations.
We want to make sure of two things.
Do you leave the administration with a clear conscience that you have done absolutely everything in your power to stop the killing?
Others will have to judge the legacy of the administration, my own legacy. Right now, what I'm focused on is using every minute that I have left in this job to try to bring an end to that conflict, to try to bring an end to the suffering of people. And when I see, and as I've seen from almost day one, the horrors that so many innocent people have been suffering, caught in this crossfire that Hamas initiated, a conflict that they didn't start and are powerless to end, it's absolutely gut-wrenching. But what I have to focus on, what we've had to focus on, is how do we bring this to an end most quickly and most effectively in a way that helps ensure that October 7th and its horrors never happen again, but also in a way that's responsive to the desperate needs of Palestinian people in Gaza. That's my entire focus. There will be time, maybe a lot of time, after the end of this administration, for people to judge what we did, whether we did right, whether we did wrong, whether we could have done better, whether we could have done differently. I don't have time to do that now. My time is focused on trying, with every minute that we have, to get the hostages home, to end this conflict, and to put Gaza on a better path.
Mr. Secretary, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks.
Or whoever the other secretary after him.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. And who knows, maybe there'll be one last trip at the very end. You never know.